Hello and welcome to my walkthrough of the Nat 5 National Qualifications 2024 Mathematics Paper 1 non-calculator paper for May. Let's jump straight into it. Question number 1. Evaluate 3 2/3 minus 1 1/4. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make them so they are first of all top-heavy fractions and then common denominator. So 3 2/3 is the same as saying 9/3 plus 2/3, which is 11/3. 1 1/4 is the same as saying 4 1/4 plus 1/4, so 5/4. 11/3, if I times the top and the bottom by 4, we get 44/12. 5/4, if I times the top and bottom by 3, we get 15/12. The question wants us to do 3 2/3 minus 1 1/4, so if I do 44/12 minus 15/12, I get 29/12. And I'm just going to rewrite this as 2 and 5/12. The mark scheme doesn't ask for this, but since you've given the question in mixed number form, I would give your answer in mixed number form. Question number 2. Given that f of x equals x plus 3 squared, evaluate f of 7. So this is going to be 7 plus 3 squared, which is 10 squared, which is just 100. Question number 3. Expand and simplify x plus 1 lots of x squared minus 4x plus 5. So firstly, I will multiply the right-hand side numbers by x, so we get x cubed minus 4x squared plus 5x plus everything on the right-hand side multiplied by the 1, so x squared minus 4x plus 5. Now we'll simplify it out. The x cubed is the only x cubed term. We have minus 4x squared and a positive x squared, so this becomes minus 3x squared. We have a positive 5x and a minus 4x, so we have plus x, and then plus 5, and that is our answer. Question 4. Given a equals 3, 4, minus 1, and b equals 5, 3, 2, find the resultant vector 3a plus b. This is going to be 3 lots of 3, 4, 1, minus 1, and 5, 3, 2, just one lot of that. So if we multiply out the a bit, we're going to get 3 lots of 3, which is 9, 3 lots of 4, which is 12, 3 lots of minus 1, which is minus 3, plus 5, 3, 2. Now we can just add each term together, so 9 plus the 5 gives the 14, 12 plus 3 is 15, and minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, and that's our answer. Question number 5. The prices in pounds of the cameras on display in a shop are listed below. Calculate the median and interquartile range of these prices. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 terms, which means the median is going to fall directly in between the third and the fourth term. The lower quartile will be the second one, and the upper quartile will be the fifth one, and then the interquartile range will be the difference between the upper quartile and the lower quartile. So we can say median is going to be 190 plus 210 over 2, which is just 200. The lower quartile is 160, the upper quartile 230. Therefore, the interquartile range is going to be 230 minus 160, which gives 70. On a website, a sample of camera prices have a median of £195 and an interquartile range of £73. Make 2 valid comments comparing the prices of the cameras in the shop and on the website. So we can see the median is higher in the shop and the interquartile range is higher on the website. So I will just say that the median is higher at the shop. Therefore, on average, prices are higher. And for the range, the prices on the website are less consistent as the range is higher. And that's all you need to do for that question. Question 6. Simplify root 75 minus root 3. So root 75 is the same as saying the square root of 25 times 3, which is the same as saying the square root of 25 times the square root of 3, which is the same as saying 5 root 3. So root 75 minus root 3 is the same as saying 5 root 3 minus root 3, which is the same as 4 root 3. Question number 7. Solve algebraically the system of equations 2p minus 7r equals 11, 3p plus 2r equals 4. So I'm going to make it so this is equation 1, this is equation 2. If I look at equation 1 and I say 2p equals 11 plus 7r, then I can say p equals 11 plus 7r over 2. Now I'm going to put this into equation 2 so that I get 3 lots of 11 plus 7r over 2 plus 2r equals 4. Expanding this out, we get 33 over 2 plus 21r over 2 plus 2r equals 4. Now, if I say multiply everything by 2 to get rid of these fractions, we get 33 plus 21r plus 4r equals 8. 25r will therefore equal 8 minus 33, which is minus 25. R then will equal minus 1. Pop that back into equation 1, and we get 2p minus 7 lots of minus 1 equals 11. So 2p plus 7 equals 11. 2p equals 4. P therefore equals 2. And we have already r equals minus 1. Question number 8. The graph of y equals a cos bx is shown. State the value of a. We can see the graph goes from 7 to minus 7. Normally the cos graph goes from 1 to minus 1, which means it has been multiplied by 7, so a must be 7. For part B, state the value of b. In a similar way, we can see that the graph has been manipulated in such a way that b must equal 2. It's multiplied the x element before it gets cosigned to change the shape of it. Question number 9. In a car rally, competitors start at different times. The scatter graph shows the relationship between the length of time they have been driving, t minutes, and the distance to the finishing line, d kilometers. A line of best fit has been drawn. Point A represents a competitor who has been driving for 3 minutes and is 26 kilometers from the finish line. So if I just put this on here, so they've been driving for t minutes, so 3, and they are 26 kilometers from the finish line. Point B represents a competitor who has been driving for 10 minutes and is 12 kilometers from the finish line. Find an equation of the line of best fit in terms of d and t. Give the equation its simplest form. So first, let's find the gradient, which is going to be d over dt. Difference in d over difference in t, so we go from 26 to 12, so it's going to be 14 on the top, and we go from 3 to 10, which is going to be the other direction, so minus 7, so our gradient is minus 2. So our equation is y, or d in this scenario, equals minus 2 lots of t plus some constant c. Let's put in our numbers 326 into this equation. We get 26 equals minus 2 times 3 plus c. 26 equals minus 6 plus c. C is therefore 32. So we can say d equals minus 2t plus 32. Question 9, part B. Another competitor has been driving for 7 minutes. Use your equation to estimate the distance the competitor is from the finish line. So d equals minus 2 times 7 plus 32, which is minus 14 plus 32. 18 kilometers is our answer there. Question 10. The diagram below shows a circle center O, the origin. Question 10. The diagram below shows a circle center O. AC is the tangent to the circle at the point B. CE is a tangent to the circle at the point D. DG and BF are diameters of the circle. Angle DFE is 125 degrees. Calculate the size of the shaded angle BCD. Okay, so first thing to notice is that this angle here must be 55 degrees, as we have a straight line here with the 125. So these two angles must add up to 180 degrees. Next, I can say that this is also 55 degrees, as this is an isosceles triangle, as both of these side lengths are the same, as they are both the radius. That means this angle here must be 70 degrees. These angles in a triangle add up to 180, which means this angle here and also this angle here must be 110 degrees, because again, we've got angles on a straight line have to add up to 180 degrees. We know this is a right angle and this is a right angle, as we are told they are tangents to the circle, which means 360 minus 110 minus 90 minus 90 is our angle BCD. So that will just be 180 minus 110. It comes out as 70 degrees. Question 11. A straight line has equation x plus 4y minus 24 equals 0. Find the gradient of this line. We need to get this in the form of y equals mx plus c. So if I say this is the same as 4y equals 24 minus x, or y equals minus x over 4 plus 6, as I've divided both sides by 4 there, which is the same as y equals minus a quarter of x plus 6. This is the m, which is the gradient minus a quarter. Question 12. Express x squared minus 6x plus 8 in the form x minus a squared plus b. So what we can do here is you just need to divide this number by 2 to work out what goes in the middle of this bracket here for completing the square. So this is going to be x minus 3 squared. If I just expand out x minus 3 squared, you would get x squared minus 6x plus 9. But instead we have plus 8. And therefore we just need to subtract 1 off. So our format is going to be x minus 3 squared minus 1. Part B. Hence or otherwise, state the coordinates of the turning point of the graph. That is just going to be 3 minus 1, because it will be where x is at a minimum, or where rather this bit is at a minimum, which is when that becomes 0. So that's easy enough for there, and then the y part will just be the minus 1, because that first bracket will be 0. The diagram shows the graph of y equals x squared minus 6x plus 8. A line PQ has been drawn parallel to the x-axis, where P lies on the y-axis, P and Q lie on the graph y equals x squared minus 6x plus 8. Find the coordinates of Q. Well, we can find the coordinates of P quite easily, because x is 0 here. So x equals 0 at P. Therefore, we have y equals 0 squared minus 6 lots of 0 plus 8. Therefore, the coordinate of y there is 8, so 0, 8, which means we know the y coordinate of q is also 8. So we can then say q y coord equals 8. Therefore, we change our equation to say 8 equals x squared minus 6x plus 8, or x squared minus 6x equals 0. This is going to be x lots of x minus 6 equals 0, so either x equals 0, which we already have for the p coordinate, or x minus 6 equals 0, so x equals 6, which means our coordinate point is 6, 8. Question 13. Expand and simplify fully. X lots of x to the half plus x to the minus 1. This is the equivalent of saying x to the 1 multiplied by x to the half plus x to the minus 1, which is just x to the power 3 over 2 plus 1. And x multiplied by x to the minus 1 just gives 1. And the final question is question 14. In the diagram, triangles ABC and ADE are mathematically similar. BC equals 3 centimetres, DE equals 7 centimetres, AD equals 10.5 centimetres. Calculate the length of BD. Since they're mathematically similar, the scale factor will be the same for each side. Scale factor same for each set of sides. Therefore, 7 divided by 3 is going to equal AD divided by AB. AD is 10.5. So I know we are trying to find BD, but if we find AB first, we can then subtract AB off of AD. So if I rearrange this, I can say this is 7AB equals 10.5 times 3, which is 31.5, or I can rewrite that as 63 over 2. 7AB, so let's divide through by 7. We get AB equals 63 over 14, which is the same as saying 9 over 2, because they both divide by 7, which is the same as saying 4.5. Therefore, BD equals 10.5 minus 4.5. 6 centimetres is our answer. Hope this was helpful. Let me know in the comments below if it was, and I thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.